Hue Beef Noodle Soup. Stay tuned and get ready to explore the best soup in the world, from its origin, cooking process to its authentic eating guide, location, and recipe. Anthony Bourdain, a famous chef who accompanied former U.S. President Barack Obama to eat the best bun cha in Hanoi, exclaimed that Bun Bo Hue is the best soup in the world. Let's find out why Bun Bo Hue makes a strict food reviewer like Bourdain announce such a glowing compliment. History and origins of Bun Bo Hue. The legendary story of Bun Bo Hue began in the 16th century when there lived a charming lady making rice noodles instead of farming out in the field. Unfortunately, her village had suffered a drought for 3 continuous years, and she was blamed for making God angry and therefore causing the drought. You might be wondering how she made God angry. Here's an interesting fact. If you want to make rice noodles, you have to rub the rice grains with a lot of strength and effort into a hand mill. In the past, people believed that rice grain was the gem of God, which meant that rubbing rice grain offended him. That's the reason why she was forced to give up making rice noodles, or else she had to leave the village. We should be grateful to this important lady, because if she had chosen option 1, we would never have had the chance to savor Bun Bo Hue, one of the best noodles on earth today. After leaving the village, Our Lady experienced much hardship in finding an ideal destination to make rice noodles. And you know what? As Vietnamese people always believe that God never disappoints kind people, she found her new home at last. It was Van Cue, a beautiful village near the peaceful Bo River. This village, which is only about 30 minutes from Hue City, stands as a monument to the immortal soul of Bun Bo Hue. Evolution of Bun Bo Hue over time. In the early days, a bowl of Bun Bo Hue was super simple. Just rice noodles, stir-fried beef, and a simple broth made up the original ingredients of this dish. Through time, Bun Bo Hue has disruptively evolved and transformed into an amazingly delicious dish that can easily bring all the boys to the yard. A perfect bowl of Bun Bo Hue now includes its typical rice noodles, juicy pig shank, a cube of pig blood, lean beef, crab cake, and of course, the outstanding broth, which makes this dish famous. How to cook Bun Bo Hue. Like other typical foods in Hue, the Bun Bo Hue cooking process is elaborate. First, the chef has to concentrate on cooking the broth, which we consider to be also the soul of the dish. The broth has an authentically juicy flavor made from pork and beef bones with herbs. But what makes it different is a special Vietnamese spice called mam ruoc, or small shrimp paste. Unlike mam tom, another kind of shrimp paste, which smells a little pungent to the people who are not familiar with it, mam ruoc is strong, but more delicate. Because the smell is still a little bit strong, it needs to be neutralized with another ingredient. That's when lemongrass appears. The difficulty in cooking Bun Bo Hue is balancing the amount of mam ruoc and lemongrass. If you put too much mam ruoc, your broth will smell strong and sharp. When there's too much lemongrass, your broth will be bland. The chef must be skillful enough to successfully develop the true taste of Bun Bo Hue, in my opinion. Although beef is the main protein of this dish, you can tell from its name, the most appealing ingredient of this food is the pig shank. The moment that you take a full bite, I believe that you'll experience seventh heaven, since it's incredibly appetizing, sweet, juicy, flavorful, and addictive. And of course, we cannot underrate the contribution of lean beef, pork cake, and pig blood. They make the dish so diverse, colorful, and mouthwatering. You might have also noticed that Bun Bo Hue rice noodles are different from other noodles. It's bigger, and because it's made from rice flour and cassava flour, it looks clearer and tastes chewier. A complete bowl of Bun Bo Hue is replete with fresh herbs, such as bean sprouts, sliced banana flowers, water spinach, lettuce, some other herbs, and also Hue Say chili. And when a slice of lemon is squeezed into the dish, you know it's the right time to savor. Pro tip: sometimes, if you don't tell the seller in advance, they will include pig foot mung heo, which is not as tasty as pig shank geo heo. Tell them that you want to eat pig shank geo heo, because it's the most delicious. How to eat Bun Bo Hue the right way. Although Bun Bo Hue is a popular dish in Vietnam, sadly many people don't know how to enjoy it in the best way possible. Eating Bun Bo Hue the right way also means exploring Vietnamese cuisine the right way. So let's take a look at what we need to prepare. The first step is to simply look at it. Hey, don't laugh. Sometimes I'm too rushed to eat, and I don't get to admire the food in front of me. Instead, Observe this unique bowl of noodles for a few seconds. Remember its appearance and smell. This dish should not just be a food, but a new experience and nice memory of Vietnam. A bowl of Bun Bo Hue looks really tempting. The red and orange color of the broth, steamed meat, and flash of green fresh herbs are the beautiful colors of Vietnam too. The smell is so seductive that you can feel the curl of the scent of pig bones, lemongrass, shrimp paste, chili, and pepper right away. So, what's next? Second, try the broth before you add spices and sauce. What do you taste? The real broth of Bun Bo Hue has a naturally sweet, salty,